Hello DMC hunters, this is the second video that I wanted to make regarding Pinacle of combat, because I think I know how the fucking game calcs your damage. It's actually pretty simple once you get the grasp of it. It's not that hard to understand. So for that I'm gonna show you the how I think the formula works. So okay, for that we have to look at our character stats, skills, skill talent, and skill multiplier, and then we can calc. So let's start with this. Well, let's use Count Thunder as an example. So 347.4. This is the talent. This is the multiplier that is taking the game as your base multiplier of damage. The formula works this way. So I'm gonna show you. Formula is your damage is equal to your base damage is equal to your skill your skill motion value, let's call it that. Let's call it motion value to simplify. Skill motion value plus, and this is the part that I want to stress out, that your overall and electric damage aren't multipliers. They add to this formula. They actually add extra motion value. So you add your overall damage percent plus electric or element plus let's put elemental because why not? Then it gets out, and this is multiplied by your attack, which is then multiplied by the enemy damage reduction. That's it. This is your damage. This is your base damage. Okay, so let's calc that shit and let's go. So how much was it? 347.4, yeah. So here we go. It's 4.7.4% from the value, from the original value of the skill at level 10, plus I put a multiplier or whatever. What the fuck that figure out? Whatever. Plus 11.5% plus 19.2%, which is, and the 80 from the cards of Minotaur, which don't show in the stats, times my attack, which is 4,284. Okay, without disregarding the enemy reduction, this is my damage. This should be my damage. 19k. Should be my damage. However, like I said, the enemies seem to have a damage reduction innate to themselves, which probably scales with your challenge level. If the enemy has lower challenge level than you, they have less damage reduction, and the other way around, if you are lower than them, they have more damage reduction. But they seem to have a base damage reduction in them. So fuck. Let me. $8,603. So let's put that, which is the one that I got. 43. This is the damage that I should be doing, and this is the damage with counting the reduction. Let's see if the chorus has the same damage reduction. Promises clown is in the air, so I have to do this. Yeah, it seems it has the same damage reduction. I don't know if enemies have different damage reduction values, because I cannot test all the fucking enemies. Oh, paralyze. Fucking paralyze, man. Bro. Yeah. It looks like it's the same. So now let's try to take this down to this, which should be times 0.5, so I'm doing 5%, 50% of my damage, which is not what it is. I'm doing 40, closer to 40, 45. 43.43. Yeah, close enough. 44. Yeah, is this? It's close to this. Something is close to that. The exact value should be a fucking pain to get, but that's how it should work. I can try and test it in Electric Realm, but it's kinda. So now you will be wondering, where the hell does penetration and damage taken and the rest apply? Well, for the looks of it, this is the damage that your game takes. With mitigation. And then like freaking. And then the game just decides to, well, this one, because this is the actual one in the game. This one is the calculation, the approximate calculation. The approximate formula, which should be close to what it is, but I don't know. Then your game takes this value, takes this value, and let's say you have 10% penetration times 0.1. Ref. Well, I forgot to add the plus. This is the damage that I'm doing if I get 10% penetration, which I can test pretty simply. Fuck, let me close this shit. So I'm not using this shit. Put this here. I can test it pretty simply by just, well, not him, Nomadic. Let me remove the blade. Which also, fun fact, this shit, this overall damage isn't additive, it's multiplicative. So it's kind of fucking scuffed, because the game has some values that are additive and some that are multiplicative for some fucking reason, which is kinda it's hard to know which ones are additive and which ones are multiplicative, which is the point that I'm going to get. It's here. Stupid. Well, not this dude, right? I don't know why they say they are level 1 when these dudes clearly don't have any challenge level or whatever. So we can test this shit out pretty easily.
Stay where you are. You think you stand a chance? Too late.
10 electric pen. There you go. I got the 10% damage increase. And I was calcing this shit here, which I changed my card, so this shit is no longer... So I should fucking do this shit again. So let's start from 0, from fucking scratch. This, I know this is my damage base, because I changed my cards. This is my base, so this is the 0. Doesn't matter. Me quickly with this shit. Okay, this is 20 damage increase from Mr. This dude. Oh fuck, I forgot something about the electric lineup, but you can try and get that later. Okay, let me see something. I forgot that the lineup gives you fucking 30 damage. Just 30. Gives you 30%, so it should be closer to... It should have a fucking better value here. Okay, 42. Close enough. This shit is kinda... Bro. It should be something like that. But whatever. So let's just say that. You are doing 60% less damage because the enemies somehow have a 60 damage reduction. If this is how the game calcs your damage, just kinda iffy. Fucking hell. Nope. Bruh. Yeah. Just kinda iffy. Should be something like this, because it's actually pretty close. It's pretty close. That is almost... It's almost guaranteed that is this part of the formula that's good, but the damage reduction is kinda So I don't know exactly what's the point of fucking doing that shit, but whatever. Okay, so let's continue with where we left off. Boom. 20 damage increase. 20 electric damage increase. Well, I crit. XDD. That was a crit, so... Wait, I fucking crit 2 times in a row. There's no fucking way I crit 3 times in a row. What the fuck? There's no way. I'm trying to calc this shit, man. There we go. There we go. That's not a crit. And that's another point. Crit adds post your damage mitigation. So fade 1. This is it. This is a non-crit like this one. So let's go. Let's see how much 20 electric damage is giving me. Actually, it's giving me a 10 damage increase because I lost some damage from my cards. Before it gave me less, even less. So it seems this the electric one from One Man Show, the electric buff is additive. Yet Blade of Obscurity, for some fucking reason, it gives you the actual 12 damage increase post mitigation. So it's kind of so it should be the same damage. Should be the same damage.
Stay where you are. Stand aside.
I crit again. Ain't no way. There we go. 9507. 07. Now but like -1. There we go. The difference is like the decimals both are rounded up, but this is closer to the 10 than this one. So 20 electric damage is giving me 10, the same as 10, but slightly lower. If I trigger Beowulf, which I cannot trigger now by itself because I have the stupid fucking Nomadic Lightning passive now. So but I can calc these two, which is the Beowulf and the 20. So there we go. Just say, what is it? I don't have one. So let's move this shit. 1. Put it here. 15 damage taken from Beowulf. Plus the 20 electric damage taken. From, how's it called? From Nomadic SS. 11,754. So boom, 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 boom. 36. So 36. Oh, if Beowulf is 16, my bad. My bad. Is one more. It's actually giving me the full damage increase. Well, 999, but it kinda is, so yeah. And now the fun part is this. This is where the fun part starts. Because by itself, it gives me a 10% increase. 894. And I equal this dash this -1. So this give me the 36. So it's giving me a 13 now from the 10. It increased by 10%, the electric damage increase. And I'm not making this one up. The fucking how's it called? Here. You can see it in the passive of one-man show. This one. After having two different nodes, gives you passion with 20 electric damage for the next 20 seconds. Why is giving me 10? Because it's additive to the base one, to the one pre-mitigation. And as it turns out, that damage also gets multiplied by the... gets slightly increased the more penetration you add. Because how I think the game works is, this is your base damage. This is your pre-mitigation damage. To get your post-mitigation damage, you have to put your pre-mitigation damage times your times 1, because that's the one that you are getting, the 100%. No, it's -1. It's -1. Yeah, probably it's -1. It's -1 plus, then you start to add your pen percentage, your damage taken percentage, and then lastly your crit damage if you crit. This is only if you crit. This is only if you fucking crit. If you don't crit, this one doesn't exist. Now, my biggest concern here is that there's a problem here. It's my little one, it's my little problem. And the one that's throwing me off. This fucking weapon. It says increases overall damage. It's the exact same wording as this one, but this one is base and this one is post-mitigation. This one is pre-mitigation and this is post-mitigation. And I cannot test this individually because the fucking trigger condition of the QTE from Count Thunder is getting the penetration. And the penetration lasts the exact same amount, 15 seconds. So I cannot test it independently. I can only test them together. I can only test them together. But I will show you that it actually is a 12 damage increase that it says it gives you. So it seems that there is also another fucking overall damage or hunter damage increase that's named the exact same as the one that is pre-mitigation. So there's two overall damages increase. There's one that triggers before penetration and one that increases post mitigation, which is fucking off, man. The wordings are so off in some cases in this game. So here. It has 10 and I have the 12. I think that was a crit. I think that was a fucking crit somehow. I think I crit 2 times in a row, man. Fucking live.
Stay where you are. Stand aside. So slow.
Yeah. Those were both crits, by the way. So What was I going to do? Oh yes, I was going to add this shit. Let's add it here. For now. Ignore the ones on top. Ignore the shit too. Shit 2 is meaningless. It's 10, 5, 3. And is this over this -1 to put the thingy. No, this is 1. Should be 1. I don't know how to fucking math. So yeah, it should be this. It's the same fucking thingy. It's the 22. So it gives me the 10 from the pen and the 12 from the weapon. From the Blade of Obscurity. Why the Blade of Obscurity overall damage is considered as damage post-mitigation? I honestly don't know. But now you know, Blade of Obscurity is fucking broken. If you can use the effect of Blade of Obscurity is fucking broken. Which is another point of Nomadic Lightning, he can use it. So this weapon, the legendary one, is broken. So the legendary one is better than the Hell weapon for your team DPS. You can abuse it. So good. Pretty good, as it turns out. So let's try and confirm that this formula is correct. So it should be my pre-mitigation damage times 1 plus, let's say we have 20 pen from Nomadic times 36 from Nomadic Drive and Beowulf, and let's say we don't crit. So it's just that. This should be the damage that I should be doing, which is kind of off. Let's try a different approach, because I didn't went to school, man. No, like times this, which is times your pen times 20% plus 36%. This one looks more close to it. -1. Wait, what am I getting like fucking millions? Ah, because I'm both doing times, not plus. Wait. Times 0.56. Oh wait, I actually got it right the first time. So yeah, it should be this. This one is your 100% damage. So this one is basically this. To put the 100%, you can put 1 or 100%, whichever you feel that you want. 1 is probably better for this. You put the 20, you put the 36, which is the damage, the 20 pen, the 20 the damage taken, and then if you crit, you can add your crit damage directly. You can add the 50 crit damage. If I were to crit, I will deal that amount of damage. If I don't, this. This is how the game works. I'm pretty certain of it. We can actually test it real quick to see if I'm not fucking... to see that I'm not gaslighting. Because a lot of people take, by example, a lot of people, by example, see this, the passive of Swift Arsenal. This one. And they think they are dealing 62% more damage. When in reality they are probably doing like 30 more damage from this passive. It's still really good, or 30-20-ish. It's still really good passive. The problem is not the 62, because this damage bonus is one that is added in the pre-mitigation stage. It's more like a base damage than an actual multiplier of damage, if that makes any fucking sense. It's really hard to explain, especially because English is not my first language. It's hard to explain. But I trust that someone is actually understanding what the fuck I'm trying to convey with this video. So anyway, let's try and see if I actually get this amount of damage, which I should be getting. So let's see. Okay, fuck. Forgot that. My bad. No, I crit. I fucking crit, man. Having the fucking crit rate is too broken, man.
Go to hell. Stay where you are. Do you think you stand a chance? Too late.
There we go. 3-4-8-3. 3-4-8-3. So yes, I got the formula. I mean, I got this formula right, the post-mitigation damage. The pre-mitigation damage, I don't know if it is right, or I don't know if this is how the game takes your base damage, your normal damage. I don't know if this is right. Like, this will require a lot of fucking testing and shit, which honestly I don't have the mental sanity to do and to fucking grind it. But this one is pretty spot on. So here is again the formula. This is your base damage, so you can put the damage. 6, 4, 3, and then you multiply it by dash 1 20, the penetration that you are getting, plus 36, plus the damage taken that you're applying to the enemy, and then if you crit, you add your crit here. Let's say you are Endless Judgment and you get a 70 crit damage. You do that, okay? If you don't crit, you don't add the crit damage. The crit damage is also a multiplier. So this is how it works. And now we can talk about something that is really particularly important. Well, it's related to the topic, which is Charismatic Ally, which is the current banner right now. The current banner is this is not one. The current banner, which is Charismatic Ally, it's incredibly fucking strong. Why? Because this dude is right now the best support for both Con Thunder and Endless Judgment. He utterly fucking power creep Demon Hunter and Nomadic Lightning. And not because he gives you more damage, he gives you around the same-ish damage. So you can read here his abilities. Here, what is Charismatic AOE? Here. His passives. This is the passive from rank B, this is the one from rank A, and this is the one from C. From S. He gives you 30 physical and electrical damage, which, like I say, for Con Thunder it won't be that high. You can say it's a 15 damage increase. You can say it's a 15 damage increase here. So here will be more close to this side-ish. Like, we can reverse engineer it. We can add this times 1 plus the 15 damage increase from Charismatic. This should be the damage that my Rapid Blast should be doing. Like, this one before counting the penetration. But that's not the strong part. This part is nice because he, unlike Demon Hunter and what is it? Unlike Demon Hunter, who gives you the damage taken, and Nomadic, who also gives you the damage taken early on in their upgrades, which are easier to get than duplicates from these two than ones from Charismatic. This is to actually put him in this around the same, like in the exact same amount of buffing, and just by putting one copy of him. Just by getting him, you get the exact same amount of damage that you're doing with Demon Hunter and Nomadic Lightning, and at the minimal amount of copies for them to be actually good. Which in Nomadic Lightning case is SS, and on Demon Hunter is, which one is 2, 3, 4, 5? It says plus, I think. S plus or double S too? Wait, what am I watching here? See if I can watch it here. Here. Yeah. It's double S. It's double S. So both require double S to be around the same buffing that Charismatic AOE gives you. The deal and the biggest part that why Charismatic AOE is so much fucking better than those two, because he gives you the 30 pen here. Where is the fuck is it? Gives you the 40 pen by using his skill. This, unlike Nomadic and unlike Demon Hunter, this physical pen and this electric pen can be applied to multiple enemies. This pen is AOE. Both Nomadic and Demon Hunter can only apply pen to one enemy, and I will show you here in the fucking round. What is the round? Here. Let's show it really quickly. The game is not loading, but whatever. That's the biggest difference between between Charismatic Ally and Nomadic and Demon Hunter. Here, I threw the round trip, and it's hitting all of those enemies in the middle, and only one got the penetration. Only one got the penetration. Let's throw it here again. It's hitting all those 4 enemies, and only one has the penetration. It only applies penetration to the first enemy hit. Same with Demon Hunter. You can hit both enemies with the stinger. Only one of them, which is the first one hit, or the main one, is going to get the penetration. And I can show you here too. And I will show you that B doesn't give a fuck about that. He just applies the penetration in AOE. You just need to hit them. Come here, you fucking clown. Bruh. Okay. Okay, that didn't hit both. Enemies being enemies. It hit this dude too. Here, it hit both. This dude only has bleeding, and the other dude has weakening. Here, you can see it. I hit both. Only one of them got the weaken. And now let's show you Charismatic Ally. Because Charismatic Ally is pretty strong. It's pretty strong. A lot of people would say that he needs dubs. He doesn't need dubs. He just at base level he's pretty strong. He has 2 strong dubs that you should watch out for, but they are pretty far in his ascension thingy. I will show you here. All enemies. Hold style skill. Boom. That dude has weakening. That dude has weakening. That dude has weakening. That dude has weakening, and that dude has weakening. And you can spam this shit. Unlike the other two, you can spam this shit. You can spam it. And it deals pretty decent damage, all things considered. See? Weaken electric bend. So you only have to switch to him, do this, and switch out. And he's giving 40 damage percent to all the enemies that he hit. That's how fucking strong he is. And his animation is a lot faster than Nomadic's. He's around the same speed of Demon Hunter, but yeah, he's that strong. And now the thing is, Nomadic Lightning, I mean Charismatic Ally, this is his strongest. This is one of his strongest passives. This one is okay. This one is meh. These two are for his personal damage, which honestly they don't matter that much because Endless Judgment and Confounder are doing the damage in the lineup. This is a nice quality of life upgrade, which is, this is additive again, but it's good because it also closes or makes him better than Nomadic and how is it called, Nomadic and Demon Hunter in supporting the damage without doing anything special. However, this is fucking amazingly, utterly fucking broken. Hitting a target with your QTE, this is the QTE, the moving arbiter, makes them take increased physical and electric damage by 30. And like I said, this is post mitigation. So we can fucking calc this shit. Let's put my original damage. Let's multiply it by 1 plus the 40 damage percent that he gives me. Let's not add the electric and the physical that he gives. Let's add the 30 taken, 30%. Let's add the 16 from Beowulf, because you wanna give him Beowulf unless you are doing raids. Unless you are doing raids, he's probably just a Beowulf spammer. And then this one, the EX. The EX gives you another 35. What? Oh. I'm getting a fucking... I cannot fucking... I'm getting a freaking 121 damage increase from if I had Charismatic EX. A 121. And that's without counting his weapon, because his weapon is also pretty strong. Where the fuck is it? Is this one? This is meh. This doesn't matter. This is the part that matters. This makes it at another 30 penetration. So let's add that. If I were to get his weapon too, this will be a 70 instead of a 40. It will be a 71 damage increase. And if you give it to, and if you get it to 3 stars, which is the best stopping point, you get another 10 for free. So it's now 180. Wow! This is how much damage an EX Charismatic ally is giving you to your Endless Judgment and your Count Thunder on one target, because on the realistically he's not getting this part of the damage on multiple targets. He's only getting this. Multiple targets, it will be more like this, on which is still a 100 increase. So if you wanna increase his damage for AOE, the best thing you can do is getting 1 Charismatic ally and 2 and 3, 4 weapons, so you can get this passive increase. This is the best bang for your money in AOE scenarios. Against bosses you want to get, you can argue that the other thing, that the the triple S and the EX passive are really strong. Okay, realistically he doesn't get this either, because he needs to hit multiple enemies constantly, and the enemies are dead with this. Just with that, he's stronger. Just with his weapon at 3 stars and getting him, he's stronger than a lot of the things that you can do in the game. If you don't get his weapon, he still gives you a 40 damage increase. For free. For fucking free, just by existing and pressing one button. But the deal is, you really wanna get him in Beowulf, because bleeding is really easy to trigger in that line, in the how's it called, in the physical lineup. Paralyze is also really easy to trigger. Stagger is also kinda easy to trigger. Hit by a trick top. If this is how I think it is, he is actually giga broken with Endless Judgment. If this actually makes him able to what's it called, to get his QTE, because you only need to hold press the endless judgment dodge to teleport to him, to teleport to the enemy, and he will get his QT. And this part is only on physical lineup. So yeah, it turns out he's really strong. He's extremely strong. And you can actually play the fucking lineup. But whatever. So that was my point. Like, in Nomadic, the Charismatic ally is really fucking strong. If you have Cone Thunder or Endless Judgment, you have these two, or you have one of them, or both. If you have both, get this dude. Get this dude. This dude is the biggest damage increase that you are going to get, almost guaranteed, in a lineup content. He's utterly fucking broken. He's the only unit that I can apply pen right now to multiple enemies. He's just too fucking strong. And he deals pretty decent damage by himself too. So yeah, now you know. Now do you know how the damage works, and now you know that getting penetration, damage taken, and crit damage increases, if you can crit, guarantee, are multipliers to your original damage. Unlike getting elemental and overall damage. Elemental and overall damage, unless it's Blade of Obscurity, which is so far the only exception that I have seen to the rule, unless it's Blade of Obscurity, it will add to this formula, to this part, and this part is not that strong, because you can even get a fucking 150 damage increase here. You can add a 150 damage increase here, like the last DGX burial in Endless Judgment, in Judgment Q10, and it won't give you that much damage. Compared to just getting the 150 post mitigation. If you get the 150 post mitigation, he will be fucking busted. But he doesn't. So that's how the damage of the game works. And now you can just can't reverse engineer how strong a unit will be for you. You just put your original damage. Let's say you do 20k damage in a rapid slash for Cone Thunder, and you can just kinda reverse engineer from here. You just put your original damage, you multiply it, you put this, you put one, and then you start adding you can more or less kind of calculate from mind. So let's say Charismatic is a 70 electric, diminishing returns should be around a freaking 10%. Electric is 5, so let's say 10 some 5 times 7, so 35, so 35 damage percent, plus the 40 from his pen. Let's say he has weapon. Let's say you're a fucking giga whale. You have 80 from his weapon, you have the 16 from Beowulf, you have the 30 from doing the QT. So these two are kinda together, so you can put them together as 46, but whatever. Then you add another 35 from his EX, and probably that's it. Yeah, probably this is it. You're doing a 60k rapid flash. Well, a 59k. If you're a giga whale. If you're a Giga Whale, this is how strong you can be by getting a Mr. You're almost dealing 200% damage. If you're a Giga Whale, Charismatic Ally just by doing his job in the lineup is giving you a 200 damage increase to the main target. To the rest of the targets is giving you 80 with maybe 90. Well, no, not 90. It's giving you the. It's giving you this. It's giving you this, the 35 and the 80 guarantee. And let's say the shadows hit a couple of enemies sometimes. So let's say another 10 from the EX, because the QT and the Beowulf only apply to one enemy. So you are not getting those, and you are not maxing the damage because the further enemies will die anyway. You are still getting a fucking 125 damage increase. And if the shadows don't hit anything, and then the doppelgangers don't hit anything, you're getting a fucking 115 damage increase to your original damage just by existing. So yeah, he kinda is that strong. So yeah, now you know. If you plan on maining Cold Thunder and Endless Judgment, get this dude. This dude is fucking broken. It's beyond nuts for your account. If you have both and you are planning on maining those comps, get him. For him to be our crep in the future, it will need to be at least like another 6 banners. And I don't think, and by that time you probably either stop playing the game or doesn't matter because the lineup changed because they replace Royal Guard. The next part of to make this lineup even more stronger is replacing Royal Guard. Same here. The only way that they can increase the strength of the electric lineup is replacing one man show. So now you know. The best electric and the best, and also you're getting a support for both lineups. So he's really good. He's really good. He's extremely good. If he was just physical or just electric, there is not too much reason to get him. But he is really good for both, and he can apply his penetration to multiple enemies. So he's really strong. I'm actually really tempted to get him. I will get him honestly if I know for sure Endless Judgment is not running next. But odds are Endless Judgment running next. Or running Poison. So yeah. Don't get it. So yeah. If you can get him for your Con Thunder and Endless Judgment, get him. He's fucking broken.